the new gold. Our 18-hole Nicklaus design, award-winning golf course and clubhouse will leave you green with envy. We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Good afternoon and welcome to your Friday edition of Real Talk. I am your host, Anele. So on the show today, Puller Down Syndrome, or PhD, is a term attributed to one of SA's first talk show greats, Mam Felicia Mabuza Sattel. She explained how she found it nearly impossible to have her success accepted and supported by black women in particular, when she became the first black female TV talk show host in 1992. So this afternoon, we'll be unpacking the jealousy, the competitiveness, the backstabbing, the sabotaging, that this PhD phenomenon is said to be rooted in. To help me do this, I am joined by founder of Himeros Philosophy and Himero Consultancy. I hope I'm saying that right. Anele Zikwele, co-founder of Ignitive and radio host Phumi Mashiro. And to give us a little male perspective, we have brand strategist and founder of Show Love, Tibelo Tibbs Mutswane. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, man.
Zani Phumi Tibbs. Before we do that, we can't ignore the fact that yesterday was one of music's biggest nights in the country. The summer nominees happened. So just a quick discussion. The best male, Nasty C, Dr. Tumi, Questa, Musa, or Nati. Who's it going to?
Nati.
Nati, not Nasty C.
Nati.
That is un-hip-hop of you.
I know. I know.
Yeah?
I say Nasty C. He's been cleaning up.
And he's nominated 6 times, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I think to give like an Adele moment, they'll just...
Him and Amanda, I think they're going to be the big
Amanda
winners.
Black, she's going to stand out. Phumi, who are you thinking?
Guy, I'm only thinking about Thandiswa Mazwai because I think that album.
Okay, then best female. So for you, everything.
This is
Thandiswa.
all I'll be watching to see. I just want to see.
Will
Thandiswa
Amanda
winning.
Black not upset Thandiswa though? Because best females, Kelly Kumalo, Thandiswa, Babes, what do more guys?
Nope.
Lebu Sekhobela, Thandiswa for you.
Thandiswa
Best
for
female.
Guys, babes.
This is the guy. Wow. Just the guy,
Babes.
I mean, that's Beyonce of South Africa.
Babes. So you're going for Babes.
She's here to say
That is a big claim.
weed
Beyonce of South Africa. All right, newcomer, Nasty C, Soul Culture, Amanda Black, Babes Odumo, Sketchy Bongo.
Amanda Black.
Amanda Black.
Amanda Black.
Okay, so why not Babes this time around?
I think she's done more than best newcomer.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Album of the year, Nasty C, Questa, Black Motion, Amanda Black, Thandiswa.
Thandiswa.
Oh, I will go with Nasty C on this one.
Nasty. I think you like a little nasty.
Yeah, you know the word. Nasty.
It's the nasty.
Nasty word.
Questa.
Questa, album of the year, okay?
Oh, wow. Yeah, Questa actually.
Yeah, he's got a big hit right now as well.
Okay, rap of the year, Nasty C, Aries, Kulichana, Questa, Stogie T.
Stogie T.
Oh, do me in the volume.
Sure.
Yeah.
Stogie or Aries for me.
Okay. Thandiswa.
Yeah, even though she's not there.
That's who I'm sticking with.
Yeah.
I'll go with Questa.
Questa.
Yeah,
Oh,
Questa.
shocking.
All right. Okay. Well, those are their predictions. The 27th of May is when the summers happen in Sun City. Tonight on Live Amp, they'll be announcing the top 20 nominees for Record of the Year, so you can go and check that out. Now, here's the thing, and it fits so perfectly what we're talking about today. The album of the year, well, the female of the year at the Summers was the most, supported one last night when we were announcing it. People were screaming and shouting. So there was more competitiveness when it came to the females than any other category, which is why I was like, this topic is fitting. Tibbs, I'll start with you. Do you think that there is a pull her down syndrome phenomenon happening, or are we just exaggerating?
Look, it's out there. I think the main thing is that people don't want to see a lot of females winning at the same time. I feel like they want it to be one at a time. So maybe that's the problem with, even with the Summers, you know? I think they can all be great, but I don't think all women are allowed to be great.
At the same time. So even in a boardroom, it's okay if there's one woman there, but as soon as there's a lot of them, do you find that it's an issue?
Look, I think it's manufactured. I don't think it's a real thing. I think it's manufactured. It's just that it's now become part of how we talk, how we see the world, that we think that, and manufactured by whom? right? You'd ask yourself.
I'm
But I
waiting.
think it's the people that have to benefit. I think it is very hard for men to accept that women are actually taking over and they've taken control, and we're in every space that men have traditionally been in. And one of the narratives that we keep getting thrown with is exactly that narrative that says they can only be one at any one time. But women
So even
actually
if
compete
it's-
with men as much as they compete with each other, and men don't like that.
Also, oh my word, this is a theory I have not heard before, and I like it. So you saying that they're keeping us busy fighting here so that we don't get to compete against them. Because then we'd beat them.
True.
We're done. The show's over. No, the show's over. The show's over. Sunny, you want to add to that?
Yeah, because I actually want to add on to what she's saying about how females are more vocal, right? We're more emotional. And also we are more expressive when we fight. You do find that when you're competing with a guy, he's very calm. But as women, we rise up and we're more vocal and we make noise that I don't like you. And, you know, whereas a guy is very calm and very strategic in how they do things. And also, I think, and also to add on to what Tim's saying, that guys, let us fight for little titles. And I come from a corporate space. And you find that if there are two females in the boardroom, they're most likely to be sniping at each other, whereas the males are sitting back and fighting but getting the bigger roles. You know, so it fits exactly to what they're saying, as about we're more emotional and more vocal. At the same time, males let us fight, and then they sit back and watch.
And then they come and they pick up,
And
you
they
know,
pick up.
what would be the gold. Okay, so when it comes to males, you guys are also competitive. Do you want to tell me that males do not speak badly about each other, backstab each other, sabotage each other, you know, pull each other down?
I think we're worse than you guys, to be very honest. But I think because we've created more platforms for guys, you know, maybe you don't see it as often. You know, I actually don't think the problem is females taking over guys' space. I think females should be creating their own spaces that, you know, don't exist. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the best way to defeat your competition is like create. You know,
how do
but you're not allowed to create.
You're not allowed to, and we don't have the resource to. This is like the economic transformation debate. It's like saying, oh no, blacks, you can't make it into these jobs. Why don't you go build your own banks? But we can't because the money is with you. So now when you say that we must create our own spaces, how? And it's also a case of, I once heard somebody say, you know, the whole like, oh, netball is not watched, hockey doesn't have sponsors. And they
Female
were,
soccer.
Female soccer does. They were like,
right,
that's because females are not watching it. If females would watch it,
100%.
the numbers would go up, and therefore there'd be something to sell to. So would you say that our issue then is the fact that we don't support each other and we're too busy trying to like fit in with the boys?
100%. I think women are the ones that bring each other down before guys bring you down.
I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that.
Talk to me.
I truly don't agree with that. I think that the space in the world is such that people make decisions, and it's 2017, guys. We don't compete just with each other on particular issues. So when you see in France, for instance, the presidential race in France, Marie Le Pen, she is the only female with all the candidates. So what are you saying? Only the women in France must vote for her. That's an absolute right?
Okay.
Because that's not the space that we live in. The only thing, and one of my favorite authors, Maya Angelou, one of the things that she talks about is that the only time she's ever been branded a feminist is when she sticks up for herself. So when she sticks up for herself, suddenly, oh, you're just, you're an angry female, you must be a feminist. And I disagree with the fact that you have to create your own spaces. The world that we live in is a world that has men and women, and diversity is what's going to allow us to win. And I think that women should compete in the spaces that men compete in, and we should be allowed to do that if that is what we want.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that compete by creating more. I'm not saying that you're not allowed. I'm not saying that you're not welcome. I'm saying that the more that's out there, then you're going to beat men. Then you're going to create more spaces that actually the guys have to come to you.
But then
And guys have to get jobs from you.
then can I just throw something quickly? That do you know that as a woman, you're already fighting 3 battles when you step in. You're fighting battles of gender, you're fighting race, and you're fighting age. So now creating space, do you know that us as women right now, we're trying to catch up to men.
On 3
so
levels.
Yes, so it's already difficult already to make our own space because we're catching up. Sure.
Okay, hold it there. There's lots of time for us to discuss this. We're going to take a quick break. We discuss how PhD potentially impacts the success of women in the workplace. We've already touched on it. We're going to delve more into it. You want to come back? And welcome back to Real Talk right here on SABC3, where the stage is yours. You are always welcome to join in on the conversation. I know you want to. On Real Talk on 3 on Twitter. So for the longest time, women were not allowed to occupy the workplace, and especially the senior positions, as those were previously reserved for men. Since moving out of the traditional roles and into offices, women have had to play catch up and prove themselves formidable contenders, and like Zani mentioned, sometimes in 3 factors. Now, a huge factor in enabling that is women empowerment. But are we practicing what we preach? Pumi, whose job is it to empower women?
It's your own job. So who's in charge of your career? Your job is to be the best person that you can ever be. Be the best employee. I think one of, again, Sheryl Sandberg wrote an incredible book. And when you see it in the boardroom, you see it in the boardroom. When women walk in, they recede. And it's simply because for all these many years, you've been told to take the back seat. How we raise our girls is we raise them to help out in the house, but nobody ever says, let's hear what you have to say. Everybody's like, oh, you're so cute, you're so pretty. But when we see the little boys, you look so strong, you're so smart.
You think it's easy, I agree with you, and I like what you're saying, but you think it's easy to break what is known as the boys' club?
Absolutely. But you have got to be there. You've got to be there. You've got to be there, and you've got to make the sacrifices that you need to make. Unfortunately, some of those sacrifices do mean that you have to have some late nights. Those sacrifices do mean that you have to be in places that sometimes, you know, you're uncomfortable with. But I think what you need is you need the support structure. You need the right kind of man next to you that is okay with that. The right kind of man that says, if there are only 15 guys on the boardroom table and you're the only one there, if you have a late night, I'm okay with the fact that you are there working.
But then isn't it so painful that as a woman you have to put in double the effort?
You don't have
for
to.
you, actually, you have to. I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Because a lot of the times you have to prove yourself, one, to the males. Why do you have to? You know? Secondly, you have to prove yourself that you are capable to do the job. So there are 2 stones that you're carrying. Whereas I find that in a lot of the corporate space, and you know, I could be wrong, that there are 2 elements that I always struggled with. There's that element when you walk into the boardroom, you command. You know, you are commanding your presence and everything else. Then you get to the part where now there has to be physical manpower. Then all of a sudden you're like, no, I'm a woman. Then the guys, but you were just now 50-50. So
now we're out here moving tables. Now
you better move. And they say, no, but you're saying 50-50, but now you want to act like a girl all of a sudden, you know? So there's always that thing that I've always struggled with.
Such a grey line.
It's such a great line, it is.
Look, it's very tricky. I mean, you see it in events as well. You know, I mean, it's dominated by males, whether it's performers, DJs, etc. And then you see great products like the Weekend Social.
Yes.
You know, and they decided to move forward and create a concept that actually now they can book the guys.
Yeah.
They can book the females, they can book the artists, and they're in control of the entire product, you know. So again, I think that in creating, you know, you can actually control your own situation. But the key with the Weekend Social, for example, is that it's females coming together.
I love that.
They came together.
You know, Pumi, you said something like you work hard. I don't think that our issue is that women don't work hard enough. If we work any harder, we're going to die.
I just do not believe, and my experience in the workplace, both in corporate, in my own business, in media, is that all you have to do, like anybody else that gets into a new job, is you have to show that you know what you're talking about, and you have to have the confidence first before anybody else is going to have confidence in you. You have to have the confidence. So if you walk in hoping somebody is going to give you a chance, that ain't going to happen.
So, I mean, you have people who have premeditated decisions on whether they like a female boss or a male boss, right? So what do you say to that when people are like, you know, I don't like a female boss because they're emotional?
They don't like a female boss because they're emotional. They must find a male boss to work for. And I think that's the thing. You know, one of the things that happens with women in the workplace is we think that we have to be a particular type of way. We think that we have to wear the box shoulders, we have to wear the suits. You don't have to.
And you have to
bring who you are. Bring who you are to the table.
But just work
and
hard.
your authenticity and being good at what you do is enough.
But then, don't you also think, guys, that it depends on which industry you're in? I believe that there are women that can be in mining, that they have to act differently to us who are in an office space with aircon on. You know, they have to deal with things differently because as you said, that you don't have to be like this, but those women find themselves that they have to act like men for them to get ahead. They don't have to act like a woman anymore because they're so dominated by males that they're already fighting for their own space. I've heard so many of them complaining that, Zanele, I come to a place and already they don't want me to wear my stilettos. I have to wear boots. I have to look like a man for me to get somewhere. And then there's us who are sitting with laptops and finding like, no, I'll use my brains. It's okay. I don't have to touch anything. So for me, I also say it's a gray area that there's us, office space, and then there's women who actually have to deal with the physical side of work. And then that's where now
you bring up the mining thing, because I have worked with a mining client, and when you go underground, it is impractical to go underground in
stilettos.
Like that's just the way that it is.
But
so
then,
you have to, and that's a safety issue. That is not a look issue.
But then when you go to the offices, like these
They still out there wearing
amaganda and sneakers and stuff. They don't.
That is not my experience. Having worked with the mining clients, having gotten in my car and driven 120 km to get to Marikana every other week. If I arrive in my heels, today I'm arriving in my heel because I'm working in the office. But when you go underground, you have to wear PPE. Why? It's safety.
What's PPE, babes?
Personal protective equipment.
Awesome.
Okay.
No, we just... No, babe, I'll never let myself be left behind. Ever. So listen, PhD, that's what is used when we're describing it amongst women. Do you think that amongst men it's just called being competitive?
Yeah, I do. No,
The way you didn't even try like batter me out.
I do, you know, guys just want to kill each other, you know, and I think we don't really even like take care of each other. How are we going to take care of females? Do you know what I mean? So I think a big thing with empowerment is decision making. You know, like my entire team is female. My entire team is female, but
why is that?
Because I think they're great at their jobs. You know, I've had guys work for me, and you know, we always clash. You know, the most important thing for me is that they know that they can make decisions. So if a guy says to Justine that, listen, we actually want to talk to Tibbs, she knows she can walk away. She knows that she can leave.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a very, very important place in terms of, because I run a business, she still has to do her job, but she must know that she can make that decision.
Do you feel that men get over losing quicker than women, and that's why they can exist in these spaces that we feel that we don't, you know, I'm fighting to be here. Is that something happens, I lose, okay, it's fine, I'm coming back tomorrow and I'm going to fight you again. Whereas with women, if I lose once to you, it feels like I've lost forever.
I do not think that is a woman thing. I think there are some people who behave in that way, and there are some people who get over it. I know guys who hold grudges for years, and nobody makes it. And this is why, for me, it is a manufactured mindset. This thing, you're just. It's because it's women. It's a cat fight. It's not. It's competitiveness. And when a person is, public TV. I'm not allowed to say things.
Does it rhyme with an itch?
No, it rhymes with an ick. But if a person is a crappy person, that's how they're going to be. It's not because they're a woman, and it's not because they're a man.
They're just a terrible person.
That's who they are. They're a terrible person.
Okay, all right. Stay with us for more on Real Talk, and don't forget that you could be the person who finds out today that you've won yourself a 5,000 Rands e-gift card from at home. No, you can't enter. That and more coming up after the break. Pumi Gola, I see you getting excited. You can get it. You like... And welcome back to Real Talk on SABC3. The stage is yours. Today, we've been keeping it real, discussing the puller down syndrome. It's no surprise that women are held to a different standard to men when it comes to their looks. But with time, a damaging and often hurtful trend has arisen, resulting in all forms of shaming of women. We're going to discuss that. But first, I want to talk about your tweets. You've been tweeting us at Real Talk on 3. Unati_M says, this does not come from a place of malice. Yes, you're a woman because you're apologizing before you say anything. But Pumi lives in an ideal world. We women have it hard.
I don't have it hard. I have a great life, and I've worked hard for it. I mean, I come from a media background. I was picking up equipment with gaffers when I started out in this business. And that's it. You know, in advertising, it's predominantly men. And I've made a name for myself.
Here's the thing, because you are now opening another can here. And you said I live a great life. I am fine. Do you think we women take on each other's problems and stresses too much, whereas men know that the only way they can take care of other people is if they are supremely, successful?
Look, and I think I think in Africa, predominantly, one of the things that we've all been taught is you got to look after everybody. You've got to bring everybody along.
Yeah.
That's why people talk about black tax. But I don't think that it has to be hard, guys. It does not have to be hard. You just have to have the confidence to be able to carry the decisions that you make. It's confidence.
Look, I think it is a self-esteem thing. But I mean, from a guy's perspective, guys will always tell you that, dude, take care of it. Like it's not my problem. Like you gotta sort yourself out.
Okay.
Like guys know you gotta sort it out. Yeah. So I don't know in terms of the female psyche.
When are you taught that, by the way? Are they pulling you guys aside in grade 2 when we're not looking?
Actually, you taught that by your dad. I mean, first thing my father told me to do was fight. He's like, Chief, I'm old. I'm not gonna come to your school and fight guys for you. Do you know what I mean? So you gotta know how to fight. Next thing, you gotta fix yourself. If you fail the test, what are you gonna do about it? Do you know what I mean? You gotta bounce back. You gotta ace the next test. So, me, I've never had to enter the female psyche per se. But I mean, the male psyche is always about take care of it, dude.
Do you know? Do you want to go? Must I go? Must you go? Okay, Zani, you the guest.
Yes,
You go.
I'm just bothered by something quickly you just said about you just have to do it and it doesn't matter. I've had a situation where now I wanted to take someone on, but the fear of losing my job and my income that comes with paying for the house, for the cars and everything else, that you put your foot down and now you're risking losing your career, And as women, we tend to hold back on that because we're calculating so much that I've had males walk out because they know they can quickly get something. Whereas a woman, for me to leave my job, I have to calculate my next move. And I find that I get scared to take whoever on to take their place or to actually stand my ground. That I find that I have to be passive and have to, and let the person be, and then find another way to tackle someone on, not to tackle someone on, but to sort of deal with something where I sit back and I deal with it on my own and then I hold. Then as I'm dealing with it, I'm trying to find another solution. Where a male, I've seen so many males, they don't like something, they walk out.
True.
Us, we calculate too much. And that's a fear. And a lot of people don't have solutions for that. And as you said before, when Anele, that, you can't just get up and go to the bank and be like, oh, I want to get a financing.
Financing, yeah.
No, it's difficult for us to even do a business plan as a woman because there's so much, not as a woman, but it goes with the race as well and gender. So the planning becomes hard for you to stand your ground because you think of all the consequences.
But are you not then getting, and once again, are you not overthinking the thing by yourself? Because now
you're
before you fight, you fought it
about
yourself.
the car, the house.
But what if? And then if could this, and then you're like, I'm not gonna do anything. I think you're your own worst enemy then.
And a lot of women go through that.
And
they say, I don't want to face the consequences of that. And
I don't want to face the consequences.
Yes,
But why are you facing the consequences before you face them?
The job's not nice then. I've been there. I don't have bread. The car is gone. The house is gone. So it's like I find that a lot of people get scared to take the next step, to stand that ground because they're calculating too much. Because the
Do you feel you weren't taught that as a child by your parents,
but
that it is
no
okay?
matter what,
things are going to be fine?
Yes. You see, for me, it was different to what Tibbs is saying, that the moment you have to compromise yourself, walk away and come home. Not take care of it, So some of us are like, make a plan. That now, as long as your body's not compromised here, but make sure that you don't come home bruised. As long as you go out there and source out.
And that's the point of lean in. That's the point. It says take a stand. Be courageous.
Because the fact that you have, do you know what I believe? And this is my creed. The fact that I have a job means I can get another one.
Yes.
The fact that you've got hands means you can do something.
Hey guys, I've gone 6 months. 6 months of sitting and just applying. And almost our employment rate is not the best.
Yeah.
And also being an entrepreneur, like what you're saying, starting a business, even for myself, it was so hard, even getting financing, because I was a black woman, and also I was going into a territory that is not known that a black girl can do this.
Did you ever?
I did it. Yeah, it was a lot.
Well done, brother.
Thank you. That's the point.
Yeah, it was very hard.
Pumi,
but yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Who taught you the way you think? Because it has to come from somewhere.
I grew up at a time when our mothers and our grandmothers had zero opportunity. Zero opportunity. And those people made a life. those people made a life. I grew up at a time when women looked after each other. Even the basic concept of istokfela, you know, is women looking after each other. So I don't walk into an environment thinking women are against me. I actually think women are on my side.
Until they do something.
Until you show me.
Until
So
you
when
show
I
me
walk
that you
into-
are an icky person.
When you walk into an environment thinking that everybody is against you, that's what you're going to see.
And that's
what
all
you're
you
going
see.
to fight with.
So do you think
when
that's a
you
self-esteem
don't make a stand because you are afraid that you're going to lose your job,
Yeah.
you're making
but
a
that's the
decision that
reality.
says you can treat me badly. Not because you're a woman. You are making a decision that says you are allowed to treat me badly because of my fear. And that's what I mean by the confidence to stand up. And when we come from a stock of women that are incredible. That are incredible.
Yeah.
And because of that, I know when I walk into a boardroom, when I walk into an office, I know that if my grandmother could live the life that she has lived,
You can do
I can damn well do it too.
Tips, can we just clap for her? I know we're not like, I just want to clap because I like the fact that there is a girl at home listening to you, what you're saying right now. What I want to pick up from what Zani was saying, and I want to bring it to you because, you know, male perspective here. Do you do that where you fight yourself internally long before and then you end up defeating yourself that you end up not fighting at all?
I used to.
Aha.
Do you know, I think having fallen a few times, you know that you can bounce back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, it's something that you can only do by yourself. You know, sometimes people are saying, yeah, you can do it, but like they're not really helping you. At the end of the day, you got to take the steps by yourself. So yeah, it's doable.
And I think it's a thing that women like the whole strength in numbers thing. And I think men have been taught that you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So you can socialize with your friends. And you can be strategic, yes, with your friends. But ultimately...
But you're lying. You're lying. You're lying to your friends. You're saying everything is cool, and it's not cool. So you still have to go fix the problem. The problem is that females, they'll say, guys, I got problems. Things are bad. Guys don't do that. Guys hide it, and then they fix it in private. But in public, everything is fine.
That's true.
That's what we do.
That's true, yeah. Males
Every
put up
dude
a
on Twitter
facade.
is winning.
Yeah.
Everyone is winning on Twitter. Everyone's a CEO
yeah,
of everything. You know what I mean? But back at the ranch, they got to fix stuff. I almost swore that. Sorry.
And it's okay.
Hey.
You know, and it's okay to say, girls, I've got a problem. It's okay to say, girls, I've got a problem, because your girls will have your back. They will help you solve the problem. And that's the thing, is there is strength in numbers and there is strength in diversity. But to believe that it is because you are a woman, that is why this is happening to you, or because you are a woman, this is why you are being treated this way, is a flawed and a manufactured thing that we have bought into for so long. You know, we're making it reality.
Can I say something?
Quickly.
Every guy will tell you that the strongest person they know is their mother.
Yes.
But it's not often that you hear a guy say that the strongest person he knows is his sister or his girlfriend. So I think there's something happening there.
There's something, you're right.
Yeah.
Yo, that's another episode altogether. Up next on Real Talk, it's arguably one of the most puzzling behaviors by women when two women fight over a man, decide to pull each other down instead of uniting against him. Kanti sinjani, guys? I could have said ninjani, but I'm here too, so sinjani. Stay with us. Welcome back. It was Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie who wrote, "We raise girls to see each other as competitors, not for jobs or accomplishments, which I think can be a good thing, but for the attention of men," right? Now, I'm gonna come straight to you because I've been dying to ask a man this.
Yes.
When women are fighting over a man, and not necessarily physically, just like, because I've never physically fought over a man, but there's been a cold war, like a silent, I say toe to toe.
Sure.
What's going through your mind as a man?
Are they fighting over me?
Yes. Look at that. He's like, is it about me?
No, it's never happened. It's never happened. Look, what I've seen is that obviously guys also fight differently. You know, you sort it out on the spot, actually. You know what I mean? So females, like the files come out on Twitter. Guys are saying, "Yeah, I remember what you did last December." You know what I mean? And like, I don't get that. Why do you guys snitch on each other?
But wait, So what let me understand you here. What you're saying is guys fight different. So you are saying men also fight over women.
No, we do all the time.
But what, you fight financially, you fight
Physically.
physically. So when you guys are done fighting over me, let's say,
Then
the person who wins there is the one who wins me.
it depends on you.
Okay.
And that's why we're stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, you guys are such idiots on the side there. So when two women are fighting over a man,
Yeah.
because you guys will discuss this with boys, like, yo,
Sure.
did you see who and who was
Yeah,
squaring up in the club?
the group is live.
The WhatsApp group is like, what are you guys thinking about that?
You're thinking about who do you want to stay with, honestly.
So even when two ladies are fighting, the guy knows who he prefers between the two.
You let them fight. You let them duke it out. You do. What else are you going to do?
You let them fight, but you know that even if
You're going with,
you know which one you're going with.
you're going with Mary.
You, okay.
That must be the worst. Imagine being the main girlfriend and get beaten up by the side. Who do you go for?
But
you stop the
what
fight.
is
What's going on?
It doesn't even have to be about
Wait,
mains
what I'm
and
getting
sides.
to, you see, what I'm getting to here is that we must stop fighting each other, ne? Because the man knows who he wants.
Exactly.
But can we also accept, again, it's in the, this scarcity mentality.
Of there's no man.
If I lose this man, oh my gosh, you know, that's what it's about. It's that scarcity mentality that says, if I lose this one guy, what am I gonna do? I'll never find another one. And that's
But
again.
then how many guys are gonna jump till you get to the right one? Like that's always my thing, guys. I mean, the guy will cheat, so you're gonna be going with 10 guys. Because for me, it's always like fight for what you have and keep it till he knows. You know, kind of thing till he knows, but he's not going anywhere. It's me and you, babe, for 20 years here. So I was thinking,
Fight for what you have.
How's he gonna know?
I don't know. I'll
How's he
pedal
gonna
beat
know?
somebody. Like, you just have to pedal beat someone. That's how my mom is like, girl, just stick it out, just stick it out. Because guys, I mean, girl, listen, you can go through 10 guys, and you're gonna do what? Pedal
So
beat.
I think the problem is
Guys are okay with having. Guys are okay with having had 20 girlfriends. They don't get shamed at the. So what if you go through
10
20
guys.
different
Finish
guys?
bicycle because you
So
want
but
what?
that alone is a word, is a term
Thank you,
kept
yeah,
for women.
For women. And that's the thing,
So
guys.
what?
Guys, you know what? Society has planted some things in us that I personally do not want to go against. So I always say that I'll stick it out, okay? And I'll pedal beat till I know he knows he's mine. So, but going
Penalty
forward.
means you fix him.
Fix
sorry.
him.
Fix
But
Fix
then,
him or fix her?
no, fix him. No, I don't deal with the girl. Because here's the thing, I was about to go into that. Fighting the girl, no.
Oh, okay.
Deal with the mister. Because I will say to girls, why are you fighting a stranger? But then someone explained. I think it was someone on Oprah who said, it's so easy to divert your anger towards a stranger. So the other girl is a stranger.
Because
So
at the end
it's
of the day, I do love this one.
I do love this
Yeah.
one. But don't deal with the girl. Deal with the guy. Deal with the guy. And that's the thing. That will stop a lot of women. Because do you know how crazy we look when we're pulling each other's weaves and hair?
Yeah,
And
you do
you're
look
a corporate
crazy.
chick now, you know about
I won't lie, you do look crazy.
Thank you. And then now there are cameras and people are taking videos of you
Exactly.
fighting.
And there's one word, for me there's one word, which is a similar word to the confidence, and I only know it in Zulu.
Say it.
Zithande.
Yeah.
Just
Love
love
yourself.
yourself, you
Panel
know.
beat.
Love yourself enough to walk away from a guy. Love yourself enough to walk away from a guy that doesn't respect you
Yeah.
enough to only have you. If you are not enough for him today, 20 years when you are old,
Yeah.
20 years from now when you are old, you will certainly not be enough for him then.
So you'd never penalty.
You'll
beat.
never,
never
no.
You never pelvic situation.
No,
Let him
penalty-
go.
no,
You
no
out of it.
Yeah,
Let him go.
Panel beat me until he's what I want.
Tips, have you ever had to square up with a man for your woman or for a woman?
I haven't.
So you don't do that to yourself?
No, maybe guys don't do that, but I've never done that.
Okay, but when your guy friends who you know...
I've seen it happen all the time.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm a promoter. I see it in the club every weekend. I see it every weekend.
What's going through your mind when guys do it now? Let's leave the girls alone.
Firstly, I'm hoping that he can fight. Do you know what I mean? And then secondly, I'm hoping that he leaves with her if he can't fight.
He's with his woman.
Yeah, because then it's awkward. Now you're going home with your girl and you got beaten up. You know, that's awkward. Nobody needs that. You don't need that. Now imagine, okay? You don't need that. Now the drive home, the silence, you don't need that.
awkwardness.
Nobody needs that.
Again, you know, just love yourself enough. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to never put your man in that position.
Yeah.
Love yourself enough to never find yourself in that position. It's okay. It's okay to walk away and say, you know what, girl, you have him.
Yeah.
Let her have him.
Why don't you deal with him? I'll deal with him. I don't have time to be dealing with that girl.
So you would give your man away?
You wouldn't give him and she'll just walk away.
But you see my cry now when you say, would you give your man away?
But she
As
said-
if- but
I don't
the
know
man is
him.
not my position,
He's not
though.
mine.
He's not mine, so he's not mine to give away. He's, you know.
He's made a decision.
No, baby.
He's made a
not
decision.
mine. He's not mine to give away, though. This is
Zani,
why I'm like,
he's not yours.
Ne? Okay.
He's made a
This one I'll
decision.
walk out. I'll walk away from this one. But guys, I believe that. If you're gonna be like, oh, okay, girl, he's yours, girl. We are within a competition all the time. So I say, don't deal with the girl. Deal with the guy and you sort him out and say, listen, because the guy can go
don't
to
deal with
another
either
girl.
one.
How about you deal with yourself?
You
How
have
about
dealt
you
with
deal with
yourself.
yourself
Yeah.
and
You said kind of
decide,
beat.
do I want to be treated in this way? How about you deal with yourself and go,
Are you
I'm
wor-
not
are you
that
worried about
person
your
that's
body
going to
count?
be treated like that.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you worried about your
Proper,
body count?
Because
Okay.
the files can come out and I don't want those problems. So for me, it's like, no, I will not deal with the girl and embarrass myself. I keep quiet. Like what you're saying, as a guy, you're hoping that you can fight.
Yeah.
Or else it's going to be very, very, very awkward. Imagine
a
even
long trip.
myself as a woman, I'm busy coming on and I get
Zani,
beaten up.
do you not feel that women are taught to strive to make themselves marriage material, whereas men aren't? Because now you're saying that you're looking after your body count and you don't want to
Yeah.
have to be intimate with so many
Yeah,
men
no,
out because you don't want to end up as
I
that.
said, I
But
was brought up in that. I was brought up in that
Okay.
environment where, girl, this is society saying this, and I stick to what I'm comfortable with. But there are some instances where I'm like, you know what, I'll break away from all these norms. But in all honesty, I'm not gonna jump around and be like hopping everyone because now I'm looking for a partner to settle down with, and then every single guy who disappoints me, I jump ship. Rather, panel beat.
So
He
in the
knows what
meantime, I have a question for you around the issue of embarrassing yourself. So in the meantime, as you're working through this panel beating this guy, ne? and along his body count, all these affairs,
he's raising his.
and how embarrassing is it for you to walk into a room where there are women looking at you thinking, I've slept with him.
Do you know how embarrassing it is?
She's this.
Do you know how embarrassing
you know,
it is? No. In all honesty, yes, I agree with you. It is embarrassing to be with a guy that everybody has slept with. And guys don't see that. They don't see that even their body count. But let me tell you this, and please tell me if I'm lying. Have you ever sat in a situation where the girl slept with 10 guys, the guy has slept with 10 girls? Who's going to be seen as the...
The village bicycle.
Thank you.
I think it depends
we
on.
can-
Okay.
I think
I'll
it
keep-
depends
We're
on who
coming back.
cares.
Hold on to that thought. This will carry on, okay? We're coming back. Remember, like I'm even stuttering, I'm getting excited here. Stop it. At Real Talk on 3, we want all your opinions. Funny enough, lots of people disagreeing with Pumi. Oh, South Africa's like, girl. I'm going to read them all to you when we come back. Kind of beat. And welcome back. I do hope you've been enjoying our panel discussion today on the puller down syndrome that we ladies always seem to find ourselves on either side of. So I was saying to you, the funny thing is people are pulling you down for me. It's like, it's the strangest thing. And pulling you down because you are confidently asserting yourself in your opinion.
And look, and I think that's the one thing that we are very grateful for in 2017 is that we can have differences of opinion. And it's and really and truly the one thing that we have learned is to live your best life. Live your best life, and the word authenticity that everybody throws around so much
But
is about exactly that. It's about being true to yourself. And when you are true to yourself, it's very difficult to be false to other people.
Whoa.
Yo, wow, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That spit
I've
bump.
got nothing to say.
Spit bump. You said something earlier and I cut you off. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was talking about the body count thing.
Yes, come back
And
to
I
it.
was saying that it really just depends on whether or not you care, you know, because you're a player to someone and you're a good guy to someone else, and all the not so nice words. Do you know what I mean? So if you've been with 3 guys, some guys like, yo, 3 guys too many. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, what are you gonna do?
50's
You
too
know,
many.
so it really, really depends on whether or not you care.
Okay, so I want to talk about something that I used to like have in my head, and then I don't know when the switch happened, but it happened. Is that for the longest time, and no one said this to me, and I don't think I was raised like this, but for the longest time, I believed that I don't have to look after my money. I can squander my cash, and I'm gonna find some guy who's gonna love me, marry me, and take care of everything, including my finances. And so I think the greater part of my 20s were just spent not being wise about my investments and my finances, because I was like, but me, I'm a woman, guys, and I'm cute.
You were raised like that from Cinderella right
Okay.
up to Snow White. You've been waiting for the prince. Guess what?
What?
Abeko. So we were raised like that. We are all raised waiting for this amazing prince.
But when did your switch happen? Because mine happened, but like, and when did your switch happen? When did you like, guys, either this prince is on African time or he's not coming. When did the switch happen for you?
Look, unfortunately, I wasn't raised like that. My dad was always the kind of person that looked after his family, but he was also about the best thing I can do for you is educate you, and that's what I have to give to you for your future. And I think the one thing about education is that it frees us. It frees us from flawed decision making. It frees us from being beholden to societal norms that don't work for us. That's what it does for you, is it gives you an opportunity to learn different perspectives and pick the one that works for you. So then, you gotta be in there,
Do you feel like, because earlier you said, and when I heard you say your dad said, take care of it, under all of that, I felt like it was also making you a man so that you can take care of your family one day. Are you able to be in a situation where you're like, okay, I'm not the one taking care of the family, and it's fine?
Look, I think as a guy, you need to be comfortable enough with when things aren't going according to plan. And when they're not going according to plan, are you comfortable with who you're with? Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you get mad at the person you're with because your things aren't going according to plan. And you feel judged, and maybe you haven't been judged. Do you know what I mean? But now
It's that fight you're having with yourself before the fight.
You know what I mean? I can't take you out today. We can't do this, but I'm mad at you. But you actually haven't done anything. Do you know what I mean? So I think you got to balance your own equations, before you impose yourself on the females in your life.
So, Zani, Prince Charming, do you still believe in it? Did you leave it alone?
I was just like you. I believed in Prince Charming's gonna come and save the day till I went into business on my own.
Yeah.
And then Prince Charms stopped coming and you're like, what's this now? Because I feel that, and this can be a very unpopular opinion, which is fine. I feel that guys also look at what a woman has. Do you know that? A guy would look at what have you done for yourself now? Now it goes, well,
before he dates you?
Before he dates you.
In a good way or a bad way? Like if you've got lots of stuff, he'll date you. If you've got nothing, you won't?
Yeah. So, or the caliber of men that you can get. I felt that the more you making it, the better your chances of getting a guy.
Really?
So I've seen where guys look at what a girl has. And then the guy now, this thing, but you can't be asking me from this when you can't even achieve it on your own. So there's that thing of, I want a nice car, a nice house. And then the guys can be on some, but can you do it for yourself? So so for me, it's gone from having a Prince Charming to having what type of Prince Charming you're going to have. So now they look at how much money am I making? What car am I driving? Am I staying on my own? And I've even seen that, even on social media, I've seen that guy saying, but you can't be asking for a guy in a Mercedes or GTI when you're in a taxi. You see, so it changed completely. That when I found myself that I was now an entrepreneur and I was on my own and I wasn't making as much money as my counterparts, then my way of getting guys, it kind of looked different to what they wanted, because these girls were securing their jobs and I was on my own.
So they don't want a burden.
A burden, yeah. So now you come with bills. You come in with this.
I don't know. I've experienced the
intimidated?
complete opposite.
I was going to say.
I experienced the complete opposite, where it's like, because I can take care of myself and I'm making my own money and I've got like my own focus, that I'm going to be disrespectful because all of a sudden I'm not like bowing down or curtsying.
But was it instant success? Because it's a very different thing when you're taking time to get to where you want to be. Because you start on, there's no income, there's nothing, you're working on your own, you're doing things on your own. So your confidence, like, because a lot of us, we judge ourselves according to what we have. According to, okay, I've got the car, I've got the house, I've got this, so my confidence is here now. When you take that away, now your confidence just goes, and I'm not talking about for everybody, some of us think like that. So now you find that even the guys, you look at it differently. Now the guys like, you're gonna be coming with rent, you don't have income, you here, you know. Whereas now when you instant success, when now you are making
That's
your
when
mind,
people flock,
that's
you
when you're like, I can call the shots here.
You wanna wrap it up quickly for me?
Look, and I think this is the thing about the world today. The world today is in such a place that men and women compete. It is not on an equal footing that we compete, and sometimes you have to work harder as a woman to make it. But I truly don't believe that you get treated a particular way because you are a woman, or you can only have a particular type of success, or sex,
Or sex.
because you are a woman. And I think it's in our minds, and we've got to shirk it off.
You have 10 seconds.
I was just going to say that I think guys appreciating women isn't just a physical thing, and we shouldn't have to fear them. So if she's a challenge, let her be a challenge.
At _tips, man, on Twitter if you're looking for him later. Guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself this afternoon. I hope that you have too. I hope we've shared some insights that got you thinking, tweeting, disagreeing. You're allowed to disagree. Thank you so much to my guests, Phumi Mashiko, Anele Zikwele, Tebelo Tibbs Mutswane. And before you go, here's who walks away with this week's 5,000 Rand at home e-gift card. Congratulations to Pinky Rapiri. On Twitter, she's at Pinklash. Ah la la. It's a Friday, y'all. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Mwah.